Good day and welcome to the new world of Dominion in the middle of Winterfest 2021. Apologies for yesterday's part 1 coming out late, but that's all due to the internet service provider CenturyLink. And yes, CenturyLink, you heard me, CenturyLink. But hopefully we're back to rocking and rolling and being perfectly peachy. 1 second here, I just had to mute that. I'm keeping an eye on yesterday's live premiere that, again, due to CenturyLink, is now just finally airing at 6:15 in the afternoon. All right, so let's hit our mailbag as always to begin. Nice bunch of hearts. 2, 3. I think it was 3. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3. 3 sets of coins. Nice chest of happiness. We'll take that, of course. Guild War victory. More happy gold medals. Dun-dun-dun-dun. And we will go and check in on that as well to see how they're doing overall. 20 Elmirs for the hero of the day. Alright, let's do a quick battle just so we can get the energy clock ticking. Because we're 24 away from getting Astaroth up to the next star. And here comes stupid Rarity Fair. Oh. I want to check something while I've got this up. I normally don't give a rat's, keister about Rarity Fairs, but... And no, she's not there either. I thought it was just a mistake because over on the Kraken's account, the new hero doesn't appear. In the Rarity Fair. And she doesn't appear here either. However, there is one thing we will need to check to make sure there isn't any potential possibility for her to be blocked out, and that's, of course, if the level isn't right for the character. So let's actually find... There's Iris. 65 for the talisman. 56. So she would need to be level 65. Do we have enough potions to do so? Watching the numbers here. Yeah, it made a major drainage of the supplies, but was possible. Let's see, now she appears in the Rarity Fair. If Nexters ever wants to load up the fun. And with only 4 purples, no, she doesn't. Are we that anal to make sure that you can't try to go ahead and pay emeralds to go ahead and level up to get the mission complete? Nexters? Really? Alright, mage skill leveled up. We will claim that one. And since we didn't get a prize, it's going to be 39 before you get a prize. We need 10 summoning circles. And with 13, we definitely can. Love to pull a Super Titan out of this bag. Remember, Raji we don't have yet. So, Magic Spear, what do you have for us today in the Circle Day Summoning? 30 for Mari. 30 for Vulcan. 30 more for Vulcan. And that will be it. Not a terrible pull. That completes that one. 6,500. And we have our weekly quest, which is 70 battles using heroes in the dungeon. And 150 missions in the campaign. Which will be fine because the campaign is the one you want to move the, not the holiday every day, but the other task. Okay, there's some energy. Energy. Alright, everything else is fine. So let's take a look at the arenas. Grand Arena at 11 and 15 for a rank. I think we may need to reshuffle in. Yep, I was going to say reshuffle in the girl as a result. There we go. We're going to shuffle in of ranks. 188.9. And strongest against team 1. Second strongest against team 3. So right now the weakest is against team 1, so no. Want our strongest against team 1. So we'll go with him, just so I can kick some power down. So we'll do that. Okay, this is going to be my throwaway squad. So our weakest players are going to go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then weak is stream 2. And I'm actually going to move Oliver down to her. Okay, remember you got to win 2 out of 3 to get the win. That's all that's needed. Okay, that's weird. We won. Oh, now it comes. Okay, nexters. What the heck? Well, even though this is kind of like a foregone conclusion now. You know what would be weird now if this supposedly somehow loses, even though Nexter's already shown that we supposedly win. 1-0 over Lancer. Yes, Kira. You gotta find you a more, smiling version of your graphic, Kira. Alright, so round 2. Now this should be our get our ass kicked round. And there it is. Of course, I believe we have the Halloween edition as our YouTube one. By the way, let me make a YouTube update. Subscriber goal has increased. We're always appreciative of new individuals who join the party. And remember, those goals are 5,000 views by Boxy and 1,000 subscribers by YouTube themselves. Here we go. The battle that matters for all the tea in China. With a Winterfest skinned Maya, a Winterfest skinned Arachne, and of course the new hero for Winterfest, Iris. Of course, if you're watching us from Russia, Apu. That's the name they've given her over there. And 2 are left, and that will do it. There is your final results, moving to 926th on the meter board. Even though the fight music is still playing. And no, ESPN, we do not need you being happy that there's finally internet again due to CenturyLink to go ahead and chime in the middle of our recording. Alrighty, let's see if there's anybody worth trying to fight off here in the arena. And let's give these guys a shot. I don't get that. If you're level 79 and you can come up with 3 good ones, why waste your back 2 slots with green level 10s? You've got to have somebody. Even if it's mid 50s, you could throw. The 2 10s are down. But 4 of mine are down. And oh, Kira, you little sexy bitch. Takes out Yasmin. Interesting, only a 2 team. A 5-star Yasmin and a 2-star Martha. This is all going to come down to how quickly we can deal damage. Because if Yasmin gets going, we're probably going to lose. But if we can go ahead and get in quickly, we should be okay. First 2, of course, first 3 dodged. There we go, we're getting her down, and she got the fight. Come on, she's about 3/4 down. Get her before they can heal her back up. Got her. That's it. We win. So that's where that fight was going to hang its hat one way or the other. Was whether or not we could deal enough quickly enough. Fortunately, as we get higher in these ranks, these fights are going to get harder and harder to do. The easy way, if you want to make sure you win, would just be then to put a shit team up for defense, but it really isn't going to do you any good trying to advance. Scroll through a couple more times just to see if we get anything different. usually better even if you don't really think you have the strongest second, third, say third, fourth, fifth fighters to at least put 5 in, because you're allowed 5, even if they're going to be nothing more than fodder. Fodder that you're going to have to fight through is going to be better than being able to, put all your attacks directly upon the head power of the team. Alright, so we have a straight 5v5. They have a slight level and energy advantage, but we'll see here. There is no after offer protection or last right, and no Yasmin. The last rights unfortunately have already been used, and after offer goes down. Aurora does hold on through a Yasmin attack. This is not looking good, as we're down to just Yasmin, and well, there she goes down. Alright, so we'll come back and take a look later and see if there's anything for the other 2 fights. Should give us 1 or more items now in the special category to click on. The holiday some of the days. Give us some winter feast activities for some arena fights. There we are. How many eggs do we have? Because that would trigger another one depending on the egg count. The spermicide, eggicide, eggies. 3. You need a minimum of 5 to make any play there. So we're not going to bother at that at the moment. Oh, already opened that, so we don't need... This is something I would love to do. Okay. That was not what I was thinking. I thought I had accidentally clicked the Winterfest shop. Let's pull that up real quick. Basically, it has the avatars in that from previous years. As you can see, usually mostly at 3 million gold pieces a pop. The frames, anything winter based, at 10,000 emeralds a pop. And there is a mission to buy items. I'd really love to know if that would count. But I don't want to spend 3 million gold and then find out going, haha, no, type situation. Alrighty, let's go into the Winterfest tree and see if we have anything waiting for us there. One thing, though, that, CenturyLink cost me is they actually gave me some time to dig through my archives for Midnight in the Desert. Looking for what would be a good interview to start with tonight's part 3, because we did finish up last night with the time traveling guy from both New Jersey and Arizona. That's pretty shitty when you only get 1 egg for 1,750 coins. Alright, 5 Titan chests, just 5 stones. 100 Titan foods, that's even worse. Hey, 10 scrolls, we'll take those bad boys. Thank you, Scrollies. Thank you, Scrollerson, and since Migo, you sent 3 of those, you can definitely have 1 back. There you are. Enjoy in good New World health. Oh, just the guild battles are being popped up at the moment, so we will go ahead and take a look right there. Okay. Oh, speak of the devil, Boogeyman. It's the Boogeyman. Okay. And apologies, of course, also for part 1 and B yesterday. due to the, and I did find out, I was right originally thinking, but I wanted to cover my bases. Jehovah's Witnesses are the ones that every time that they get denied are supposed to be getting more benefits when they do pass on. Was the ones that derived me for 5 to 6 minutes, so that's why we cut the tape and started a part B afterwards. The original idea was that we were going to be able to edit that, but again, with CenturyLink down, that really didn't happen. And for a new account, it really didn't have anything. We'd only had 4 scrolls. Otherwise, we now have 88 elemental certificates. Now, you might ask, what are these elemental certificates for? And good you ask, because I came up here specifically for that reason. So first set of the elemental shop is the coins. These are the ones you get from the tournament, the cross server tournaments. These are ones that do the first 2 pieces on the Titans, the attack and defense against a specific type. But if you click on the second triangle here, this is where you'll use these, the scrolls, which we now, due to the Winterfest presents, have 88 of. We'll go to the very bottom first. We'll work our way up. For 1 scroll, you can either get a large skin chest, which gets you 150 skin stones, your choice of strength, agility, or intelligence, 1,000 artifact coins, or 1 chaos core. Now, you usually will get enough chaos cores as long as you do all your not experiments, but expeditions daily. So that's not really a deal. Skin stones can be got elsewhere, so that's really not a absolute vital piece. And especially with Valkyrie Favor initiated, you're going to definitely come up to having plenty of artifact coins usually. So normally this is not a case. So we move up to our top 4, and this is 4 new heroes that you can get involved in the game. Nebula, Karf, Anvari, and Sebastian. Remember, we had Sebastian as a hero of the day already in Winterfest 2021. And it says right now I need 29 more to be able to level him up a level. Each scroll will get you 5 of the hero stones for whichever hero you choose, Nebula, Karf, Anvari, or Sebastian. So in other words, to level him up right now, I'd have to buy 6, which would give you 30. Anvari, I need 30 to actually even summon him to the game. With 30, that would summon him at a 2-star, and again would require the same 6 as it would for Sebastian. Karf, again, 30, 2-star, requiring 6. Nebula, I would need 20 more to evolve her, and that would evolve her to 2-star because she was summoned at 1. So we need 4, 6, 6, and 6, respectively, or 22 scrolls to do everything. Since we got 88, let's do that. So we'll grab the 4 here. There's 20. Karf, we need 6. So there's his 6. Anvari, we need 6. And for Sebastian, we would need 6. Okay, so that still leaves us with Philip's 66 for scrolls. So let's hit, actually, while we're up here real quick, since we have 83 black balls, let's go ahead and use 10 or 20 just to see if we can get anything decent to evolve the Titan's abilities with. And now, of course, Watch Nexters probably go ahead and make me pay for that by sitting forever. Nope, there we go. So our first set of balls. And nothing real great in that group. okay number of actual crests. Those are the ones that allow you to do the health. And another really crappy version. Okay, screw it. We'll keep the other 53 black balls for now. Alright, back down to the earth. Demon tag for the Intellivision, by the way, that little ditty. So we have two new that we could automatically summon. That's Karf and Envari. But let's go down to the two that we would need to manually increase. And the first one's going to be Nebula here. So we'll click on the Evolve. And that'll bring her up to the second star. And then Sebastian. There he is. And Sebastian would go up to the third star. There he is. Okay, now we can go to the very top. And Envari would be at 2-star. There he is. Providing he steps out from the glow. Yes, Envari, that means you. There you are. Nothing to be afraid of. You're a good dude. Come out and let the nice folks see you. Let's see if we can get you a pair of boots. Oh, we pulled all 3 Eurostones out of that. That was actually quite nice. And 2 boots. Looks like we're going to need a level 3 to put everything on. So there you are, 2. And that's probably going to jump you up to 4. Yep. And there you go. So that'll get us 10 for now. And Karf, welcome to the party. Our boy who looks very much like an octopus, but no, he's Karf. In case you ever do wonder about this guy, because you can run against him, especially in the higher levels. Bolts of lightning shatter the skies of Dagna Nua. Tendrils of darkness lash and strike in a mad dance, flowing in the magnetic storms. The Outland Gate is open, and you must pass second through them, following after Karf, one of the 4 negotiators of all creation. Look behind. You see that the sky is for the last time. Alright, for him, we'll need a shield. We get a shield the first time. Galahad the second, and a total buckus on the third. And the dice on the other side of the ball for the lucky dice. Well, we at least get that the first time. Again, I think we're going to need a level 3, which means very likely we're going to go to 4. And here are your equips, Karf. And you go to green. Alright. Worry about both later, but we just wanted to get a little bit on them, and it gets us 20 free emeralds for doing so. So there's 10 for you. And 10 for you. Which would mean the 2 stars will need 50, which would be 10 more scrolls if you want to bring them up. The 3 would require 100 to get to 4 stars, 20 scrolls. Yep, again, just more fights, okay. Don't know, did we get anything new due to that? I don't think we did, but let's just take a look while we're in here. Oh, no, I think that's going to be, oh, Okay, it is. Okay. So let's take a look at this letter to Winter Claus, aka our Santa of Dominion. Now you're allowed to select 3 items to receive one of them a gift. That gift would occur basically when this event closes in 3 days, 5 hours from now. And as you see, it's the little blurb at the bottom. Dear Winter Claus, I've been a good guardian this year. Please give me blank as a gift. And as you choose, like for instance, let's say we throw that in. Please give me a golden raid ticket or 3 Hero Stones chest or 50,000 Winterfest bubbles as a gift. And of course, that's not what we're going to choose, but that's how it breaks. Once you do fill in all 3, so let's say you filled in all 3, then the button will turn green. Sorry. Once it turns green, you can select it and it'll ask you, are you sure? Because once you submit this, you only get 1 submission. Once you submit it, it's locked in. Okay? Now, some of you may be seeing a slightly different letter than this. This may not be on your letter. This appears for anybody who has a VIP level lower than 5. Because what this ticket basically does is gives you VIP 5 ability for the raid. That's when you see those raid buttons on the bottom. Right now I can click the raid 1. A VIP 5 lets you do the raid 3 for the Hero Stone ones, the raid 10 for the normal, or the raid all, and that basically burns all your energy at that one particular campaign mission. This ticket would do that without you spending the money to get to VIP level 5. If you're fully free to play, that means you do not spend any money. You're not even doing the $1.89 a week for the Valkyrie favor, which gets you the keys, the extra coins, the extra campaign, the extra not campaign, but the extra twister, the extra expeditions. That's what it was. 2 E's back to back. The extra expedition missions. Those giving you the better items and the chaos cores. And the 150 Titanite daily in the dungeon for your guild. And the 15 divinification cards that go along with that 150. If you don't even do that, then this might be usable for you, if for nothing more than a gameplay relaxation a little more. Because then you can actually do auto missions to get your items instead of having to sit, grind through every single fight, let it go all the way through every single fight and everything. It may have some play for you. If you already have this, I believe it's filled with skin stones. Is your replacement that you would get in place of the ticket. There are a few others who will have a different replacement, and that comes over here with Cleave Daddy, Cleaver. For those of us, the good majority of us, who do not have Cleaver on our teams, Cleaver is a choice in the letter to Winter Claus. And you're supposed to be getting one of the 3 that you choose randomly. So let's say I chose him, the 250 Super Titans, and 2,500 Chaos Particles, for instance. Just highlight them real quick. Say we had chose those 3. At the end of the deal, Nexters is supposedly randomly shuffles like 3 cards, draws 1, and goes, oh, Cleave Daddy. And then you'd get Cleaver. If you already have Cleaver on your account, you've been fortunate enough to pull it from the heroic chest or spend enough emeralds to go through enough sets of heroic chests to finally get him to come out. you would actually have an option for 50,000 soul stones coins in this box instead of cleaver. Would appear for you instead. Now, I haven't heard from anybody, but I believe everybody else would have the same letter clause. I do not believe that they replaced this for people under level 60. It's just like the certain tickets that have come in for the weekends from the community page. They just get collected in the inventory until you're at a point where you can actually use them. So let's go through all of these, the pros and cons, and then we'll need to make our selections. So we start at the top, the Winterfest bubbles. You know, kind of like decorate the tree. And that would be 50,000 Winterfest bubbles. Remember, now these get traded at a 1-to-1 relationship on the tree. So 50,000 baubles would get you 50,000 coins, Winterfest coin, which would be 2.5 skin gifts that you can send out. And remember, daily, for each skin gift you send, one per day, you'd get one back. Plus, you'd also move your guild's tree percentage by 50,000 baubles. It's not really the best choice individually, however. As there's one here on the deal that'll do the same thing but do it even better. And we'll get to that in a moment. So let's deselect that one for a minute. Move over to the very next one. And this is 50 pet soul chests. Each chest has 5 pet soul stones. And that's of whichever pet you wish to choose. And you are not required to have all 50 be the same pet. So if you want to say pull 30 King Varanban, biscuit, and the other 20 as the little Oliver, that's doable. You're allowed to split them up. And you also don't have to open all 50 at once. You can open 10 now, 10 in February, 5 in March, the other 25 in June, whenever you need them. But again, this also really isn't that great of an item. You're only going to get 250 pet stones total. Remember, opening 10 eggs, minimally is going to get you 10. Maximally, as long as you don't hit the jackpot item in there, and that's about as rare as Cleve Daddy, of 10 per one, would get you 100. So just a few days, maybe a week's worth of eggs may get you pretty close to 250 pet stones in and of itself. So again, not a great item to do. We'll come back to these in a moment. Titan Artifact Spears. If you choose this one and get it selected, you get 350 big money black balls. Now, as you've seen, just by opening presents, we were in the high 80s. You really only need one a day to trigger the daily mission, and you will get 2 sets of 5 on the weekend every week, per Nexter's little kind of like guidelines. They do a 5 gift on Saturday and a 5 on Sunday. Of these, plus you can also get, 5 every day by doing the Monday through Friday, the days that are not having the gift, by doing 6 wins in the tournament. So these are pretty good. And again, about the only item out of these that you can't buy is either the seals. That's the ones that give you the stars and the levels up for the health of a Titan. Or in an extremely rare pull, a totem fragment, which we'll get to the totems here in a bit as well. So again, probably not a great thing to do, and if you get these, they automatically will count, and you have to open them 10 at a time, so you cannot open them just at one at a pop. Again, the golden ticket. If you are a 100% free-to-play player, you're not even doing Valkyrie favors, nothing like that at all. Because let's face it, you do one Valkyrie favor, you're already level VIP 2. Which will mean you can do the single raid missions. Okay? And while Valkyrie favor is activated, you get the speed up 5x speed on the fights. Which negates a lot of this golden ticket's kick, mind you. If you have the soul stones instead, depending on what you're going to use them for, you might get a little bit of a use out of them. Because you can actually trade 5,000 skin stones for a skin of most types. You can't in Winterfest skins. Anything that's a seasonal, like the Winterfest, the spring, summer, those usually get locked behind the paywall of the events. And once the events leave, they're gone for the year. You can't get them otherwise. So you may have a little bit of flexibility to have some use here. Then we have the Super Chest Titans. Now, unlike the little white chest that we've been getting popping out of certain presents, these, when you open, will again only give you 5 Titan skin stones. But there's only 3 Titans that will come out of these chests. And that is the Fireboy Araji, the Water Dude Hyperion, or Eden the Earth Super Titan God. That's the only 3 that open up out of this. 250 by 5 would get you 1,250 stones, which is more than enough if you don't have a particular Super Titan to get them. If you do have a particular Super Titan, remember to go from 3 to 4 stars is only 900. Sorry, wait, is it 5? No, it's 500 first. Okay, so it's 500. Then to go from 4 to 5 is 9. And then 1,500 for the 5th. So it can almost take you up at least one full level on a Super Titan for this pick. And again, you're not required to go ahead and use them all at one shot. It is your choice as to when you do or don't use them. They'll stay in your inventory until some point you do. Me, especially over on the Kraken's account, I'm keeping them until I can actually take a Super Titan fully up on the level. So I don't have to go ahead and wait. I think I'm not exactly, but I'm getting pretty close to bring Hyperion to 6-star over there. But I need like, I think it's another 24 of these Super Titan chests or 1 Araji pull from the spears. So you may have some use here. And again, Cleaver or 50,000 skin stones if you've been lucky enough to already pull Cleaver. A lot of people hear the name and go, oh, Cleaver, and gotta have it type of situation. Cleaver will summon automatically at 6-star. You get 630 basically. He comes out fully starred. But he does come out black leveled. Which means you're still going to have to spend the time and the energy to get the items, to take them through green, green 1, blue, blue 1, blue 2, purple, violet, violet 1, violet 2, violet 3, orange, orange 1, 2, 3, 4, to get them to red. It's going to take some investment. So, unless you have a use for him, or you're at a point where you don't have really anything else to do in the game, you might want to think differently about Cleaver if it's just nothing more than, oh, I got a status symbol that, I got Cleaver. If you can use them or you got a plan for them, by all means, select them as one of your three. If you're just selecting them because, oh, it's Cleaver, you might want to think something that could help your account better. So we'll skip the very last one here on this row for a moment because this is going to give us special consideration to talk about. And let's come back up to our top row and continue where we left off, and that's the three, as I like to call them, the superhero stone chest boxes. Now, why I refer to these as super chest boxes, if you take a look today in the daily bonus, we got a hero stone chest box. Oh, I did not know that happened. Because normally, see, if you click on it, it says, can't have it. But if you're in the same day, you can actually still go back and do it. But I'm not paying all the way to get up to VIP 10 just to get it to. This happens every week. Not every week, but every month. If you get down to day 28, oh, look at day 28 by our little meter on the right side. And go ahead and log in every day for those 28 days. You'll get a lesser hero stone chest. This will let you claim 50 stones. Usually let you claim everything except, of course, Cleve Daddy. Jet, that's the one from the Soulstone store. And usually anything that's been recently, in the last, say, 9 months or so, just brought into the game. So for now, Alvanor, Tristan, and the new, of course, Winterfest Iris. These are 100 stone chests, not 50. But while you can open them individually, so you don't have to open all three and get all 300 at once, you do have to take them 100 at a time. That's the smallest denomination you're able to pull out, is 100 hero stones. If you need to fully level a person quickly, it might have some ability. I'm not going to trash you. If you need to move a hero up and you really want to, go for it. But it is one of your three. If you get lucky, you get it. Next, pet loving all the time with 2,500 chaos particles. Sometimes you'll find out these become a very rare commodity. Especially later on when you really want to move your pet up, say in Violet. 2,500 chaos particles would come in great handy. So it's never a terrible item to select. Especially say if you find out that you've got two that you really love and you're really like, what do I pick for a third? Usually you can't go wrong by throwing chaos particles into the mix. Because even if you get that, you get your third choice. You're gonna find a use for them. They're not gonna go to waste like, say, pulling 350 spears and then only opening one of each item type thing. Now, straight out money, basically here, 10,000 emeralds. As the game likes to refer to them, the most valuable commodity in Dominion. As you see, if I get it, I'd go to 16,000. Now, this is why I told you the baubles weren't as valuable. Because in the Winterfest tree, one of the choices is you can spend 10,000 emeralds to shoot fireworks. Shooting off fireworks gives you 50,000 Winterfest coins. The same thing as trading in 50,000 baubles. However, by doing that, you also would give everybody in your guild 100 coins in the mailbox. So if you're going to get the baubles to go ahead and get Winterfest coins to send items, might as well get the emeralds and use those to shoot the fireworks to get the same 50,000. And of course, you don't have to go ahead and use all of them for Winterfest items. You can actually spend 100 per pop for 500 Winterfest coins. and then save the rest for something else you'd want to do, like say big money black balls, trying to get a totem piece, or spending for energies, whatever you wish. There's no restriction, and you can use them as little or as much as possible. That brings us to the white ball at the bottom, the scared uncle of the list. And you see, as it says in the note, one lesser elemental spirit summoning spear. Basically, as Nexters puts it, this would basically summon one random totem fragment once you open it. And remember, the totem fragments are the 3 totem fragments of earth, water, and fire that you would have in the game to help out your titans. This is also, though, where the quote-unquote randomness can break. Because there's I'm not going to say it's a glitch, but there is a programming quirk in the selection routine. If you do not have a totem on your account when this letter completes and they choose an item for you. So if you have no totem and you have this totem piece here as one of your selections. So if it takes a look and goes, oh, you selected this right here. You do not have a totem for any of your titans. It's going to ignore everything else you've chosen. And you're going to get that automatically. It doesn't matter even if you'd say selected Cleaver and the Super Titan chest. It's not going to matter. It's going to give you this boy right here automatically. Because you have no totems at all. This is what you're getting. If you have at least one totem, then the randomness is back in, and it'll say if I sent that as my letter, it would randomly pick between the Super Titan chest, the Cleaver, and the Summoning Spear. This, however, also causes a player in our situation, if they so wish to potentially make a major leap, especially in the Titan World game. Now you might go, huh? How does that work? Well, it's due to the one of 2 places that Nexters actually puts a bad luck protection in for people who are willing to spend emeralds. Okay? Let's go out of this, and I want to show you. Okay. Thank you. Let's head on up to the guild areas. We'll give Nexters here a few seconds. And then we're going to go into where the guild, sorry, not the guild, but the Titans cross-server fight in the Titan Valley would be. Same place that you have for your coins, your scrolls, and all of those good items. But if we go here to the Altar of the Elements, we'll let it load in real quick. Here is where we have where you can try to get a totem fragment of your own. And you notice here, use the Altar of the Elements 9 times for emeralds would get you 5,000 emeralds. Again, the most valuable resource in the world. Each time that you use it is 500 emeralds. So 9 times would spend 4,500 emeralds, dropping me to 2185. but then I'd get 5,000, so I'd go to 71.85. So I'd make 500 emerald. But Nexters also knows that everybody's going to do this. Because, hey, why wouldn't you want 500 more emeralds than you had before, plus the potential of having 90 pulls at totem fragments and everything else? Now, just like everything, you get a lot of regular prizes, which in this case is those weapons, crowns, and seeds over yonder. But you also have the off rare attempts at pulling one of those three elemental spirit fragments: the water, fire, or earth totems. So, Nexters, in their infinite wisdom to get everybody used to the elemental spirit totems, built the first bad luck protection in at precisely 4,500 emeralds. So in other words, if you do this alter the elements for emeralds 9 times to earn the 5,000 emeralds, by the time you do the 9th pull, you're going to be guaranteed one of these. And it's not even random as to what you're going to get. Because when that happens, it's going to go and take a look at your titans that you have at that moment. And if Nexters will work with us to show the titans. Oh, come on, Nexters. Do not make me put you in the same category as, CenturyLink. I swear that today's episode's going to be, not sponsored by CenturyLink, the internet company you wish you could take and shop put off a planet. Okay, so there's Titans. So it's going to take a look at every Titan that you have. And it's going to it'll assign an energy count to everybody. And it's going to figure out which of the three skills, water, earth, or fire, is your strongest attribute. Whichever one of those three that is your strongest attribute, water, earth, or fire, will automatically be the elemental spirit fragment, water, fire, or earth that you'll get. No random, you'll just get it. Now, the second bad luck point is if you go to 45,000 emeralds. If you spend up to 45,000 emeralds, by the time you hit 45,000, you're going to be guaranteed a second fragment. And again, it's not going to be random. It's again going to take a look at what your highest is, which very likely will probably be what you got in the first one, and give you that one. Only once you get to fragment number 3 is it actually random. And bad luck, by the way, on that one is like at 438,000 emeralds. So, yeah, they really don't care that much for bad luck protection after the first 2. Now, you might go, well, what does this have to do with our letter to Winterclaws? Winterclaws, a Winterclaws, a Winterclaws. Come on, extras, take us down. Oh, I did not tell you to take me right back up. Well, while it does that, I'll just explain. I was going to put the picture of the winter letter back up, but I guess Nexters, doesn't really want that to happen tonight, I guess, for some reason. Well, let's try one more time then. Let's go back down. Let's go back to the event. Let's go back to the letter. There we go. So, as you can see that, it says it's supposed to be a lesser elemental spirit summoning spear. The lesser is supposed to be a random totem fragment. However, the first two rule would override the randomness. So, if you go and do those spears to get your first, figure, well, I'm not going to spend 45,000 emeralds to get to the second one, and then use this, you can automatically have 2 levels on your totem for whichever totem it gave you. If, though, you do come up with 45,000, do this, you'll have 2 levels on one and then a random shot at a 3rd level on it. Now, just to compare, go here to the tree. And if we go to the, where is it, leaderboard, for present sent, these are generosity points. These here are basically elemental summoning spears greater. These will let you choose which spear that you're going to go ahead and get. So you open it, it'll ask you, do you want an earth, water, or fire? Hence the gold color. And then here are the lesser for the rankings below. And you see those go down 7 more spots to 10. After that, then you start getting elemental scrolls, which you normally think would be a very nice, beautiful, great present. But as we've seen, you've been able to pull 20, 30, 50 from presents. Not as great of a present as you want. And since we haven't been spending points, cash money here, still within the top 500, not too shabby. Go to Baba Yaga and Jedi from the guild at the top of the leaderboards. And they also get the aggressive Tigger edition. Cynthia and Onichi, the leader of the guild, are also in that top 10. Barum just outside in 15th. Fire and Kyutomi in the top 25. There's Migo at 27. Gru at 37. So good number, and Glad just make up the top 50. Good number of people doing that. Now, presents received is the second category. Here, I'd get 25 spears for having 1,030. Now, these are presents people have sent to you. And as you can see, Baba Yaga and Jedi are in the top 3 here, getting 450 and 400 respectively. Cynthia, Onishi, Baram, Kyuhotome, Fire, Migo, Gru, Shajind. Again, my apologies if I'm mispronouncing anybody. Glad, Sheik, Boogeyman, Kratu from the guild, also in this list. And then finally, decorating the tree. Now, this is Bubbles and Fireworks. We're number 1. Number one. And would have 500 presents sent to the guild master to send to the members of the guild. China would be 2nd, Gold 3rd, Legion in 4th, Ko in 5th, Hikari in 6th, Avenger 7th, Korean Hero 8th, Fly By Night, and Phoenix Rising. I just want to see if any of the previous... Oh, the Russian Guild OPEC is actually 14th, so not terrible. The French group is down in 25th. Ah! Okay, I'll have to give a positive to the Russians and not a positive to the Frenchmen. Alright, with that, we're over an hour, so we will cut part 1 to a close here for day 28. And by the way, for anybody who is a sports buff, we will actually close this portion out with a sad note. The basically face that we've seen in football games for the last 30 plus years, all the way back from the 16-bit generation through to current, is unfortunately passed away. Legendary announcer, coach, and John Madden of American football has passed away. So with that, let me real quickly get through all the normal spiel. Like, share, and subscribe. Get us to those goals of 5,000 views so Boxy pays attention, 1,000 subscribers so YouTube pays attention. If you do want to make purchases, you can get some free money by going to coinbase.com/join/Steve $10 free Bitcoin, plus of course still can get that Christmas promotion through the end of the year. And 2-minute lessons in Coinbase Earn to get additional crypto and crypto they do take here in next year's Dominion to make your purchases, whether they be emeralds, Valkyrie favor, or anything else you do like. Remember, be part with us for part 2, where we'll have probably some more idiot sovereign citizens along for the ride, and then tonight, overnight, with our new Midnight in the Desert interview. Until then, it's been a great new world to release the Krakens. Thanks for watching. We'll see you